novel I love so much, I bought it twice. Now, there's a story about why I have two copies of Against the Day. This one is pristine up until like page 300. This is a case of, I won't get into it. I have two copies because one was in a box in storage in Phoenix or Toledo, I forget. And I had to buy another copy. Now this copy is up there along with my Ulysses, my copy of Finnegan's Wake, my copy of The Divine Comedy. Not pointing to heaven, I'm pointing up to this shelf. These two shelves are like my classic shelves. It is annotated on every page. Some might say ridiculously. It is up there with my favorite all-time novels. Really has a place in my heart. It has everything just packed into everything I like in a novel. You know, adventure, suspense, travel, different worlds. Just tremendous. And this is a group read, third time read, two copies, third time read for those keeping score at home. I have notes just on the last maybe 50 pages. You know, of course, I won't get into this type of complex novel. Just a joy to read too. However, I would, this time around, I did find myself in it was probably the situation I was in. We group read this in 2 months, and I'm the last one to finish. Every time I get to this novel or any novel I really love, I almost dread finishing it. It's uncanny. So we had a lot of commenters extraordinaire. Lee, she finished it and liked it. I won't speak for her, say loved it. Debs at Rainer Reed's stuff finished it and mentioned it in one of her wrap-up videos. Now, she and Greg, another bibliophile, reads disagree in the fact that Greg thinks that Pynchon smoked a lot of marijuana when writing this. Debs believes that he was doing a lot of acid. My belief is I partook in both while reading it. No. For the record, I have not dropped acid since Kent State, 1986. Now, psilocybin mushrooms, though. But let's get into the novel. My complaint this time around was that Crispin and Yasmin, the middle part, few hundred pages or maybe a little more, I could have lived without. One of the conspiracy theories is TWIT, T-W-I-T, and it stands for that pterodactyl symbol with the the rows of dots, and Pythagorean theory and things and sciences over my head. Conspiracy is out of London. I could live without all that. The ending was satisfying to me. I had forgotten the ending. The final ending is Chumps of Chance. They integrate with these girls, these young women, and that's a cause for celebration. The story of the convenience that is the ship they're on, which is like the size of an aircraft carrier, although it's a blimp, technically. They can go under sand, etc. in the Sahara, literally under, and that takes place early on in the book, within the first couple hundred pages. But it's out in Chicago, I feel like I'm talking, anyone who's watching this has probably read this book before or is into Pynchon, like we are. Um, starts off the World's Fairs in the late 1800s. I have the exact date written somewhere, but not in my brain pan. Uh, it travels in New York. There's a detective story. I like how Lou comes back, finishes a case. I like how Scarsdale Vibe finally gets his just dues in the end. Should I say spoiler alert? I mean, I said just dues. I didn't say what happened. But it's funny how Foley, instead of Frank, dishes it out. The harmonica marching band reappears. Chums of Chance reappear. Tesla, Ghosts. I like how they're in Switzerland. Pugnax, the talking, communicative dog reappears. Women are the sorority of the ether, sorority of ethernauts, like an astronaut. I like how they get back into the western part. Remember when they were talking about tied into time travel and Tesla, but into photographs. How you can take a photograph, color, black and white, and extract through exposure and light. This whole book is about light, Light. Where it comes from, what it's made of, what you can do with it, all kinds of discoveries and outlandish inventions in this novel. I'd be writing down everything. There's a wiki on this novel. But getting back to what I was saying, they can take photographs and go forward in time so they can take the people in it, tell you all about the people. This is like AI on acid. They can take a photograph, go back in the past, tell you all about their past, but then also go into the future. A lot of astrology in this book, tarot. Um, I had a vague memory that it ended with tarot in that, but that's not the ending. That's like 100 pages before the ending. But see how your mind can be tricked on rereads. Blue in L.A. is intelligence detective agency is in L.A. So we get all this gritty L.A. stuff like Elroy, James Elroy, vernacular talk. I love QT, but it picks up a new case, and there's 25 pages left to go. There's another conspiracy theory. I don't. If I do have it written here, it's called La Di Da. That's the acronym La Di Da, and so they pick up a new. So they're, you know, I'm finally under the impression that in this novel, the conspiracy theories lead to nowhere. They're on the road to nowhere. Maybe on the fourth read, I'll pick it up. But not this time around, but other times around, I've listened to podcasts. There's older podcasts out there who get into details about this book. The last chapter, a spirit medium talking to the dead appears. That's throughout the book. I have here, it ends with cocaine and another song. That's true. It's a vegetarian song, in fact. Anti-beef. The cover of the novel, they're doing a nosedive from the pilot's position of the inconvenience. The chums of chance right on. See the pilot? Well, that's finally described on pages 1070 through 1071. This book is 1085 pages long. They get back into Shambhala and Buddhism, and they try to tie it all up with some more Tesla. Professor Vanderjuice reappears. Penny Black, new character. She's one of the young women of the sorority who join in with chums. of chance. A casual mention of Lou, the detective, is reminiscent of the tarot key, one of the major arcanas, key number 9, the Hermit, which is on Led Zeppelin's fourth album, traditionally known as Four Sticks. And so it's kind of a rabbit hole you can go down. Starts in Chicago, goes to Telluride, Colorado, New York, Venice, Italy, Paris, under the Mediterranean sand, being able to take the presence out of the spirit in a photograph. Greg said he felt a sense of accomplishment in reading and finishing this great novel. Not one of his favorites, but he was glad he read it. We're kicking him about the idea of next year reading Pynchon's first novel, which I have not read yet. Go figure. Or another favorite of mine, Gravity's Rainbow. I'm willing, able, and ready to dive into that again. That will be my third read, Gravity's Rainbow. I did go through it with The Book Chemist one year, and I have it. I have the link to his below in playlist. I might link it below in the description box, sir. You can do some work and check out my playlist. I have a lot of them, so it's a bit of work. So hey, if you like a Pynchon like we do, make a comment. Let me know, because I just can't get enough of this great novel. So I am going to do this great edition of French flaps, these cool edges, beveled edges. This is Borges Collected Fictions, edited by Andrew Hurley. Very ignorant about Borges, and I'm going to correct that. Thanks again for the book, Greg. Woo! What can I say? Said enough, Alan. Like, subscribe, and comment. I'll talk to you later.